एतावानस्य महिमातो जायांश्च पुरुखाः पादोऽस्य विश्वा भूता त्रिपादस्यामृतां देवी त्रिपादोर्ध्व उदैत् पुरुखाः पादो सेहा भवत पुनः ततो विखवान् व्यक्रामत्सासना न शने अभि ततो विराडजायत विराजो अधिपुरुषः सजातो अत्यरिच्य तपश्चात् भूमिमतो पुरा तस्माद्यगनात् सर्वभूताः सम्भृतं प्रेखदाज्यम्बं पशुस्तांश्चकरे वायव्या नारण्या ग्राम्याश्च जैं तस्माद्यगनात् सर्वभूता रेचः सामा निजगनिरे छन्दाघुंसि जगनिरे तस्माद्यजुस्तस्मादजायत तस्मादस्वा अजायन्त जेके चोभयादतः गावो जगनिरे तस्माज्जाता अजावयः तञ्जगनं बारेहि प्रोक्षन् पुरुखन् जातमगराताः तेन देवा अयजन्त साध्या रेखयश्च जैं जत्पुरुखं व्यददुः कतिधा व्यकल्पयन् मुखं किं स्यासेत् किं बाहुं किमुरूपादा उच्यते ब्राह्मणस्य मुखमा सेद्बाहु राजन्यः कृतः ऊरु तदस्य जद्वैश्याः पदभ्यः घुंसूद्रो अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातश्चक्षोः सूर्यो अजायत श्रोत्राद्वायुश्च प्राणश्च मुखा दग्निरजायत नाभ्या आसीदन्तरिक्षगो शेषणोर्द्योः समावर्तताम् पदव्यां भूमिर्दिशास्रोत्रा तथा लोकान् अकल्पयन् जत्पुरुषेण हविका देवा जिज्ञामतन्वतां वसन्तोऽस्यासीदा जङ्घ्रिखम इदमाः सरद्दवे सप्तास्यासन् परिदयश्रीः सप्तसमिदा क्रेताः देवा जत्यग्नन् तन्नवानाम् आवदनन् पुरुखं पशुम्बं जगनेन जगनामाय जन्ता देवा स्थानि धर्माणि प्रथमान् न्यासन्नं ते हनाकं बहिमा नः सचन्ताजतरा पूर्वे साध्याः सन्ति देवाः अद्भ्यः सम्भृताः पृथिव्यै रसांश्च विश्वकर्मणः समवर्तताग्रे तस्य त्वष्टा वेददध्रूपमे तन्मर्त्यस्य देवत्वमा जानमगरे वेदाहमेतं पुरुखं महान्तमादित्यवर्णन् तमसः परस्तातं तमेव विदित्वा ते मृत्युमेति नान्यः पन्था विद्यते अनायम् प्रजापतिश्चरति गर्भे अन्तर्जायमानो बहुधा विजायते तस्य योनिं परिपश्यन्ति धीरा तस्मिन् हतस्तुर्भुवनानि विश्वा जो देवेभ्यः आतपति जो देवानां पुरोहितः पूर्वो जो देवेभ्यो जातो नमो रुचाय ब्रह्मये रुचां ब्राह्मन् जनयन्तो देवा अग्रे तदब्रुवन्नं जस्त्वैवं ब्राह्मणो विद्यातस्य देवा असन्वसे श्रीश्चादे लक्ष्मीश्च पत्न्या वाहोरात्रे पार्श्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपामस्मिनो व्यातम्बं विश्रान्निखाणां मुम्ब इखाण सर्वलोकम्ब इखाण ॐ हिरण्यवर्णां हरिणीं सुवर्णारिसदस्रजां चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो आवां ताम्ब आवह जातवेदो लक्ष्मीं मनपगामिनीं यस्यां हिरण्यं विन्देयं गामश्वां पुरुषानहम् अश्वपूर्वां रथमध्यां हस्तिनादप्रबोधिनीं श्रियं देवीमुपवह्ये श्रीमार्देवीर्जुषतां कां सोस्मितां हिरण्यप्राकाराम् आर्द्रां ज्वलन्तीं तृप्तां तर्पयन्तीं पद्मे स्थितां पद्मवर्णां तामिहोपवहे श्रियां चन्द्रां प्रभासां यशसा ज्वलन्तीं श्रियं लोके देवजुष्टामुदारां तां पद्मिनीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये अलक्ष्मीर्मे नश्यतां त्वां ऋणे आदित्यवर्णे तप्सोदिजातो वनस्पतिस्तव वृक्षोत बिल्वः तस्य फलानि तपसानुदन्तो मायान्तरायांश्च बाह्या अलक्ष्मीः उपैतु मां देवसखः कीर्तिश्च मणिना सह प्रादुर्भूतो सुराष्ट्रेऽस्मिन् कीर्तिं वृद्धिं ददातु मे क्षुत्पिपासामलां ज्येष्ठाम् अलक्ष्मीं नाशयाम्यहम् अभूतिम् असमृद्धिं च सर्वां निर्णुद मे गृहात् गन्धद्वारां दुराधर्षां नित्यपुष्टां करेषिणीम् ईश्वरीं सर्वभूतानां तामिहोपवहे श्रियां मनसः काममाकुतिं वाचः सत्यमसीमहीं पशूनां रूपमन्नस्य मयि श्रीः श्रयतां यशः कर्दमेन प्रजाभूता मयि सम्भवतर्षभा श्रियं वासयने कूले मातरं पद्ममालिनीम् आपस्रजन्तु स्निग्धानि चिक्लितावसमे गृहे
बोलिए व्यास जी महाराज की जय, राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। अभी आप बैठेंगे जी, हैव ए सीट प्लीज, थैंक यू। If anyone like to sing one bhajan, meantime we're doing the Vyas Puja, then please come forward, you can sing the bhajan, one bhajan, thank you. विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। हरि ओम शास्त्र
पुरुषः सहस्राक्षः सहस्रपाद सभूमिज्ञो सर्वसत्प्रदवा त्यतिष्ठदशाङ्गुलं पुरुष एवेदज्ञो सर्वं यद्भूतं यच्च भाव्यम् उदाव्रेततपस्ये शानो जधन्येन तिरोहति एतावानस्य महिमातो जायांश्च पुरुषः पादोऽस्य विषवा भूतानि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि त्रिपादोर्ध्व उदैत् पुरुषः पादोऽस्येह भवत्पुनः ततो विभवन् व्यकरामस्सा सनानसने अभि ततो विराडजा यतविराजो अधिपुरुषः सजातो अधिहरिश्चतपश्चात् भूमिमथो पुरः तस्माद्यग्नः सर्वभूताः सम्प्रेतं रेखदाज्यम् पशुस्तांश्चक्रे वायव्यानारण्य ग्राम्याश्च ये तस्माद्यग्नाः सर्वभूतरेचः सामानि जगनीरे छन्दाग्गोषि जगनीरे तस्माद्यदुत्तसमा यजायत तस्माद्दसवा अजायन्त ये केचो भयादतः गावो भजगनीरे तस्माज्जाता अजावयः बर्हिः प्रोक्षन् पुरुषः जातमग्रतः तेन देवा तसाद्या रेखयश्च ये यदपुरुषं व्यदतुः तदिधा व्यकल्पयन् मुखं किमस्यासीत् किं बाहु किमूरुपादा उच्येते कर्पूरपूरेण मनोहरेण सुवर्णपात्रतरसंस्थितेन प्रदीप्तवासा सहसाङ्गतेन निराञ्जनं ते जगदीश कुर्वे। बोलिए भागवत भगवान की जय, श्री महाराज की जय, सद्गुरु देव की जय, सनातन धर्म की जय। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। षडङ्गादिवेदो मुखे शास्त्रविधिया कवित्वादिगद्यं सुपद्यं करोति गुरुरन्ध्रिपद्मे मनश्चिह्नलग्नं किं ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। सद्गुरुदेव की जय।
Check 1 2. अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम् कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं। भक्त मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं, भक्त मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं। अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम् कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं। बेर सबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं, बेर सबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं। अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम्।
बोलिए राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय, श्री व्यास जी महाराज की जय। सर्वप्रथम आप सभी का आज के भागवत महापुराण में हृदय से स्वागत करता हूँ। लाइक टू से स्पेशल वेलकम ईच एंड एवरी वन ऑफ यू। फर्स्ट सेशन ऑफ श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण एंड बिहाफ ऑफ all our devotees, Sri Vrindavan Dham, like to say very, very warm welcome to our very respected Pandit Ji, Pandit Rajin Ji, Rajin Balgobind Ji. Please give one round of applause. We know each other maybe 30s, then he was saying 40, just starting 50s now. Then a long relation. By the grace of Bhagavan, we were listening kathas, many kathas he had performed, built a very, very strong as a brotherlyhood relation. तो व्यास जी आपका एक बार पुनः अपनी तरफ से सब भक्तों की तरफ से हृदय से स्वागत करता हूँ। My throat is not allowing me to say much, but I ask Sean. Sean will say a few words before we pass over to Vyas ji.
Namaste, Jai Shri Krishna. A humble welcome to everyone here. It's been 4 years. 2019 was the last time we hosted. We had planned for May of 2020, and we all know what happened to the world in 2020. And it took us 4 years to welcome him back. In May of 2019, he visited here. We had just purchased, or were in the midst of purchasing, and we visited prior to any of the renovations. So he got a sneak peek before anyone else. And through his help, we raised funds, and it's a pleasure to have Pandit Rajinji here. Our relationship goes back many, many years, and I know many of you here know him throughout the numerous times that he has visited us. Welcome, Panditji. This will be week 3, you were saying? 21 straight days that he has been doing this service to our community. So, Pandit Rajinji, welcome on behalf of everyone here, and we look forward to hearing the glories of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Shanti. Thank you. And today's sponsor, Kavita, and her family, and a special, our Yajman is Ketan. Stand up, stand. Give a round of applause for him. He's celebrating his birthday. Like to wish you very happy birthday. That's why I give you the very nice mala, and it looks so great on you. Thank you very much. So, any further delay, I pass over to respected Vyasji. Thank you, Panditji. Jai Ho.
श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। ओम नमश्चंदिकाय नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। गणेश जी स्तुति। शिवतने वरिष्ठम सर्वकल्याणमूर्तिम् परशुकमलहस्त शोभितं मोदकेन अरुणकुसुममालाभ्यालम्बोदरं तं मम हृदय निवासं श्रीगणेशं नमामि। सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबिके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। गंगातरंगरमणीय जटाकलापम् गौरी निरंतर विभूषित वामभागम् नारायण प्रियमनंगमदापहारं वाराणसीपुरपतिम् भज विश्वनाथम। श्री काशी विश्वेश्वर सांब सदा शिवाय नमः। अग्रे कुरूणाम् अथ पाण्डवानां दुःशासनेन हृतवस्त्रकेशां कृष्णात् तदा क्रोशोदं यनाथ गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति श्री कृष्ण विष्णु मधुकैत भारे भक्तानुकंपिन् भगवन् मुरारे त्रायस्व मां केशवलोकनाथ गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द
दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति विक्रेतु कामा किल गोप कन्या मुरारी पादार्पित चेत वृत्तिं दध्यादिकं मोहवशात् वोचत् गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति बंशी विभूषित कराननवनीरदाभात् पीताम्बरादरुणबिम्बफलाधरोष्ठात् पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखादरविन्द्रनेत्रात् कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वहं न जाने सच्चिदानन्दरूपायं विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। श्री बद्रीनारायण भगवान की जय। श्री अनंत पद्मनाभ स्वामी की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ जी महाराज की जय। श्री द्वारकाधीश भगवान की जय। वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। अखंड मंडलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। कथा आरंभित होतु है सुनो वीर हनुमान। आई के आसन लीजिए सिया सहित भगवान श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार
बरनो रघुवर विमल यश जोदायक पलचार
बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी द्रवौ सो दशरथ अजिर बिहारी
मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी द्रवौ सुदशरथ अजिर बिहारी
जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई
जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई
श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम पवन तनय संकट हरणम मंगल मूर्ति रूपम राम लखन सीता सहितम हृदय बसहु सुरभूप व्यासाय विष्णु रूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। श्री सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। श्री हनुमान जी महाराज की जय। श्री सद्गुरु महाराज की जय। श्री वेद व्यास जी भगवान की जय। प्रथम पूज्य मंगल मूर्ति भगवान श्री गणेश जी को प्रणाम करते हुए और humble obeisance to the lotus feet of Bhagwan Mahaganpati. May he reward us the laddu of life. May he continue to grant us the ability to acquire both the physical strength and the knowledge to overcome whatever vigna, whatever obstacles destiny haven't planned. Bhakta Jano, the one who grants us the reward of life, we bow down to Shri Ganpati. We bow down to Mata Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Maha Saraswati, Ma Bhagwati Durga. We bow down to Ma Vaishnavi. आज तो सोमवार है, it's Monday, और भोले बाबा के दरबार में भागीरथी भागवत is about to commence. ये भागीरथी भागवत है। जब माता पार्वती ने भगवान शंकर से पूछा ये राम जी कौन है, पूछे रघुपति कथा प्रसंगा सकल लोक जग पावनी गंगा. Bhole Baba says to her in Balkand of the Ramayana, before I tell you who is Ram, let me tell you what is Ram Katha. Puche o Raghupati Katha Prasanga Sakala Loga Jagapavani Ganga. Ram Katha is compared to Bhagwati Ganga. And Bhagvat also is Bhagirathi Bhagvat. Bhagirathi is another name for Ma Ganga. It flows and it flows eternally. It never ceases. Bhagvat started in this year, 1st of January, 2023, in Haridwar. What a place to start or to commence a Bhagvat. Are bahi kaise Ganga, lahar dheere dheere, बही कैसे गंगा लहर धीरे धीरे, हरिद्वार में कैसी शोभा है माता, हरिद्वार में कैसी शोभा है माता, पहाड़ों से आए उतर धीरे धीरे, पहाड़ों से आई उतर धीरे 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 धीरे, बही कैसे गंगा लहर धीरे धीरे. The Ganga flows and she flows, my dear ones, eternally, originating from when Brahmaji washed the foot of Vaman Bhagwan, captured in the matted locks on the jata of Bhagwan Shankar, and she flows. She flows. Surya Deva does what? Surya Deva, the sun god, absorbs all of the moisture of the seas. He absorbs all of the moistures of the water and brings it back down to us, Akasha Ganga. Brings her back from the heavenly region, from the sky. Ganga continues to flow. 1st of January, we started a Bhagvat in Haridwar. And from Haridwar, we moved to Guyana. From Guyana, we came to New York. From New York, all you Gopas and Gopis are waiting here in Toronto, Canada. You don't think Bhagwan is going to bring a Bhagavad for you also? Absolutely. Absolutely, he will bring a Bhagavad for you also. Bhagavad is Krishna Bhagwan himself. Shrimad Bhagwata Kyoyam Pratyaksha Krishna Evahi. The manner in which the young man carried Bhagavatam on his head is the same manner in which Vasudev carried him from Mathura to Gokul. Bhagavat is now flowing here in Toronto, Canada. Mata Rani ke darbar mein. Before Ma Vaishnavi herself. We bow down, my dear ones, to Baba Bholenath. Today is Monday, so let us sing Bhagwanji's praises. शंकर तेरी जटा में बहती है गंगाधारा, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय. शंकर तेरी जटा में बहती है गंगाधारा, काली घटा के अंदर जिमिदामिनी उजारा. शंकर तेरी जटा में बहती है गंगाधारा, ओम नमः शिवाय,
ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय.
गली मुंड माल राजे, शशि भाल में विराजे. गली मुंड माल राजे, शशि भाल में विराजे. डमरू निनाद बाजे, डमरू निनाद बाजे. कर में त्रिशूल धारा, शंकर तेरी जटा में बहती है गंगाधारा. काली घटा के अंदर जिमिदामिनी उजारा शिव नाम जो उचारे सब पाप दोष तारे ब्रह्मानंद ना विसारे भव सिंधु पार तारा नागेंद्रहाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्मांगरागाय महेश्वराय नित्याय शुद्धाय दिगंबराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय तस्मै मकाराय नमः शिवाय तस्मै शिकाराय नमः शिवाय तस्मै वकाराय नमः शिवाय तस्मै यकाराय नमः शिवाय पंचाक्षरमिदं पुण्यं यः पठे शिव सन्निधौ शिवलोकमवाप्नोति शिवेन सह मोदते। प्रेम से लोग काशीपति विश्वनाथ भगवान की। We have to bow down to Mahadev. After bowing down to Mahadev, Shivascha Hridayam Vishnu, Vishnuscha Hridayam Shiva. In the heart of Mahavishnu there sits Bhagwan Shankar. In the heart of Bhagwan Shankar sits Mahavishnu. We bow down to the blessed Lord of Vaikuntha, Bhagwan Shrimad Narayana, Ayodhyapati Raja Ramachandra ji, and the one who has been immortalized in Vrindavan as a flute player. We bow down to Shri Krishna. We bow down to our revered gurus, to our Diksha Guru, to our Vidya Guru, to our Sadguru, and to the Guru of all Gurus. All of us who are here are VIPs. You're not just VIP, you're all VVIPs. But there's one personality who's more important than you. Please don't mind me telling you this. Don't feel bad. Okay? There's one more personality whom we have to extend an invitation to. Without his presence, katha nahi ho sakte. Without his presence, a katha cannot be. And that is, katha arambhita ho tu hai, suno veera Hanuman. Prabhu, come and have your asan, but don't come alone. Siya sahit Bhagavan. Please bring with you Hamare Janki ji, Hamare Raja Ramachandra ji, Hanuman ji. We bow down to him every day. Somvar, Mangalvar, Buddhavar, Brihaspativar, Shukravar, Shanivar, Ravivar. Hanumanji does not have a day off. Hanumanji does not have a day off. Every day is Hanumanji's day. And of course, the Veda Vyasji, who has given us the Bhagavad Mahapurana. I follow the great tradition of the saints of Bharat. Hamare Goswami Tulsidas ji. Most of us are from the West Indies, Guyana, Trinidad, Bharatvasiyo bhi. We all know Goswami Tulsidas ji in his Ramayana Sumiran. He bows down to 5 entities, among many. But first he says, Jehi Sumirat Siddhi Hoy, Gananayaka Karivara Vadana, Ganesh ji. Neela Sarora Husyam Taruna Aruna Barija Nayana. He bows down to Mahavishnu. Kunda Indu Samadeha, the one whose complexion is like of the flower Kunda, and Indu. Indu is Chandrama, the moon. The one whose complexion is white, he bows down to Mahadev. And then he calls her name. He says, Uma. Sarvasvarupe Sarveshe Sarva Shakti Samanvite. Uma, U-M-A, that's another name for Parvati, Devi. And then, Bandava Guru Padakanja Kripa Sindhu Nararupa Hari Mahamohata Mapunja Jasu Vachanakari Ravi Nikara. He bows down to Ravi, to Surya Deva. I'm a very keen observant. As much as I'm a keen listener, and I encourage you also to be a keen listener, you should be a keen observer also. And if you know anything about Adi Shankaracharya, you know that name, especially Bhaja Govindam, you know Adi Shankaracharya, then you would see what Pandit Damodar Sharma ji has established here. What also Hamare Acharya Surendra Shastri ji has established at the Hindu Heritage Center. And that is the consecration of Pancha Mahadev, the 5 main deity to be worshipped. And they have to be placed. G&G, Jai Shri Krishna. Radha Krishna Mandir is being built in Cambridge. They will be following the same order also. In this temple, Ma Devi sits in the center. So Bhagwan Vishnu has to have his place, and Bhagwan Shiva has to have his place. Bhagwan Surya has to have his place. Ganeshji has to have his place. If the main deity is Vishnu, then the order changes. If the main deity is Shiva, the order changes. If the main deity is Ganeshji, the order changes. Now people will say, why do we need to follow this? This is an issue with modern-day hyper-educated people. They don't want to follow what has been established by the saints. They want to do things, with their own fancies. The way they feel like and the way, I think it should be. No. What the saints have established, you don't change it. So my opening prayer, I know it's a bit long, but it follows the same tradition of Goswami Tulsidas ji. We pray to Ganesh ji, we pray to Ma Devi, we pray to Shankar Bhagwan, Ganga Taranga Ramaniya Jata Kalapam. We pray to Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Krishna, who is Rama and who is Narayana. And then we prayed, my dear ones, to the Guru. Not just to the Guru, but the knowledge that the Guru possesses, that is Surya Deva. The knowledge which the Guru possesses, that is equivalent to the millions of rays of the sun. This was our opening prayer, Bhakta Jano. What an honor and what a joy to be sitting Bhagwan Shri Krishna's Vrindavan Dham and at the feet of Ma Devi. My Guruji would say to her, "Tu kitni sundar hai, Tripura sundari tera naam. Tu jitni sundar hai, utna hi sundar sham, utna hi sundar sham." Devi, you are Tripura Sundari. You're the most beautiful of the 3 worlds. But Krishna is equally handsome. You are Kali and he is Kala. They're the one and the same. Pita Mahasya Jagato Mata Dhata Pita Maha Vedhyam Pavitra Momkara Rukasa Maya Jure Vacha. My humble salutations to our Pujya, our Adharniya Pandit Damodar Sharma ji. To priest of the temple, my humble pranam to each and every one of you. And to all you bhaktas who have found time to come out. First session of Katha, my Jai Shri Krishna to each and every one of you. It has been a long time. Sean is now our father of 2. I've known him since he was a young boy. And this goes back about 16 years ago, when he first, and probably the only time he ever been to Guyana. Our relationship goes back that far. And what an honor it is, after overcoming the dreaded illness, COVID, that we could meet back again in satsang. And I pray and hope this entire week will be an experience, not just for you, but for myself also, and to our online congregation. We have gone virtual. COVID pushed us, my dear ones, to go virtual, but we're also very thankful to technology to give us this medium to reach into everyone's home, to their office, Even while they're driving and stuck in traffic, they would listen to Katha and they would listen to Satsang. So to our online congregation, we are currently at the Shri Vrindavan Dham here on Markham Road in Scarborough, Toronto, Canada. Please come and join with us. It's nice to sit at home in the comfort of the home and enjoy us on a big screen TV, but it's different to be in person. And I pray and hope, now that we have brought Bhagirathi Bhagwat here, that we have brought Gangaji in the form of the Bhagwatam, we will all enter it to rejuvenate ourselves, to resuscitate ourselves, to refresh ourselves, my dear ones, as we enter into the Bhagavad Mahapuran. As customary, I have to bring to you the Bhagavad Mahatyam. The greatness of this text, and why should we listen to this text? The Bhagavad Mahatyam tells us what's the fruit. Bhagavad ka phal kya hai? What is the fruit of listening to the Bhagavad? Everybody wants to know, what will I gain by listening to a Bhagavad, by hosting a Bhagavad, by attending a Bhagavad, by participating in a Bhagavad? The answer comes from the Padma Puran. The Padma Puran gives us the Bhagavad Mahatyam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadi Hetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Numaha. And the first shloka of the Bhagavad Mahatyam tells us Bhagwan ji kaun hai. Bhagwan Shankar had to enlighten Ma Parvati. Rama Satchidananda Dinesha Parvati. Bhagwan Shankar uses the word Satchidanand. Durga Saptashati, Kameshwari Jagan Mata Satchidananda Vigrahe. Hamare Durga Maya is the embodiment of Satchidanand. Bhagwan Shri Krishna, Sat Chit Ananda Rupa. Bhagwan is truth. Bhagwan is pure consciousness. Bhagwan is the embodiment, Jo Ananda Sindhu Sukarasi. The great Guru Vashishta names Bhagwan Sri Rama and says, Jo Ananda Sindhu hai. The one who is Jo Ananda Sindhu Sukarasi, we're going to call him Ram. Bhagwan makes us happy. You go to him with tears of sorrow, but you walk away with tears of joy. Khushi asu. You walk away with tears of joy. Now how can you tell? Kamla, how can you tell? Your tears of sorrow will taste bitter to your tongue. We have all tasted our tears. You know? We have all tasted our tears. Tears of sorrow will taste bitter to the tongue. Tears of joy will taste sweet to the tongue. It will taste sweet to the tongue. Bhakta Jano, that Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadi Hetave, the one who has brought this world into being, one who's sustaining this world, and the one ultimately whom it enters, Tapatraya Vinashayam. There are three causes to our problem. First and foremost, we are the cause of our problems based on the decisions we make. We are the cause of our problems. Many times the young lady blames the young man for the situation she's in. Many times the young man blames the young lady for the situation that he is in. My question is, or rather I say, when will you take responsibility for your actions? Instead of blaming others, first you have to look. What decision I made, what role I played. Maine kya kiya? Don't think you're all innocent. We're not all innocent. We're not innocent people. Arjuna is asking Krishna in chapter 3, why do good people do bad things? Kamayesha, Krodhayesha, Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha. Because Kama is there and Krodha is there. We are not perfect beings. We're not perfect beings. Bhakta Jano, first and foremost, you have to look at yourself. Second, yes, there are wicked people out there. There are wicked people. Imagine a 15-year-old maliciously set that fire in Madhya in Guyana. A 15-year-old is going to be charged with 19 counts of murder. 15 saal ki ladki. What drove her to do that? Where was that compassion? Where was that care? Arey bhai, Dhruva was just 5 saal thi. Dhruva was just 5 years old and Prahlad was 7 years old, and they probably had more love in them. They had more care in them. Those children in the Bhagavatam, they had more love and they had more care. You have to teach children from an early age to care and love their fellow brothers and sisters. Isn't it sad? It's a tragedy. Others can cause us problems. And number 3, nature can cause us problems. 2 years ago, if someone coughed next to you, if someone sneezed next to you, you didn't want to stand close to anyone. You had to be 6 feet apart. We are at the mercy of God during COVID, weren't we? It was something beyond the control even of our president at that time in the US, Donald Trump. Even poor Donald could not do anything. Donald realized that he is helpless. Isn't that true? Until they asked him, please stop making comments. Please stop making statements. Let the medical professionals make the statements. They had to beg him. Even he was helpless. Tapatraya vinashaya. And we've been saved. How many times have we not been saved from hurting ourselves? How many times have we not been saved when others wanted to harm us? How many times have we not been saved by the wrath of nature? And Bhagavatam, Padma Puran is going to name him. His name is Krishna.
कृष्ण जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है.
One shloka we can spend an entire week speaking on. Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadi Hetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayum Numaha. Now every meeting has a purpose. And there should be a positive result from every meeting. You know? When you leave a meeting hours and hours and there's a deadlock, hours and hours after a meeting and there's no final decision, there's no conclusion, it's frustrating, isn't it? It's frustrating when there's no result from a meeting. But we're going to talk about an interesting meeting and what the result is going to be.
Ajnana dhvanta vidhvansam कोटि सूर्य समप्रभाम सुध ख्याहि कथा सारम मम कर्ण रसायनम भक्ति ज्ञान विरागाप्तो विवेको वर्धते महान माया मोहनीराश्च वैष्णवे क्रियते कथम श्रेयसाम यद्भवे श्रेयः पावनानां च पावनम कृष्ण प्राप्ति करम शाश्वतम sadhanam tadavadadhuna.
There's a great meeting that is taking place in a place called Naimisharanya. Shaunak Adi Rishi, the great Shaunaka, together with his host of companions, are going to approach one speaker by the name of Suji. When you want legal advice, may I advise you? Please speak to a lawyer. When you want medical advice, please speak to a doctor. When you want financial advice, please speak to an accountant. When you want some advice on your car engine and how the car works, please don't come speak to me. Because I don't know. The only thing I know about a car is how to change a flat tire. Other than that, I don't know anything about it. Today we find people who lack knowledge on a subject, they want to speak more about it. They have no medical qualification, but they have the cure for your illness. Put a limacal on your chest, put some Vicks on your chest, put some limacal on your head, story done. You will be all right. Tie a piece of black cloth on your knee or your wrist or your arm or something, kala kapre bandlo, you'll be fine. No, go to the expert. Shaunak Adi Rishi, they're going to the expert, Suji Maharaj. And the first thing they did to Suji, they didn't bow down to him, They bow down to the knowledge that he's in possession of, that they want. We want something from you, Suji Maharaj. Suta kya hi katha saram mama karna rasayanam. Suta kya hi katha saram mama karna rasayanam. They say to Suji Maharaj, today our ears are thirsty. We want katha. Katha is going to do what? Bhakti, jnana, viragapto. It's going to embellish our bhakti. It's going to enlighten us, educate us, and then enlighten us. And it's going to generate vairagya. It's going to generate dispassion. Instead of holding on, we're going to learn how to let go gracefully. Learn how to let go gracefully. Bhakti, jnana, viragapto, viveko vardhati mahan, mayani mohani rascha. Maya mohani rascha vaishnave kriyate katham. We want to become the best of Vaishnavas. Who is a Vaishnava? One who feels for other. The great Gujarati song tells us, na, Vaishnava janato tene kahiye ke pira padai jane re. You can feel the pain, not for your fellow mankind. You can feel for the plants. You can feel for the animals. You can be like Jada Bharat. Jada Bharat ki katha mein, when Jada Bharat was carrying Rahugana, the king, on a palki, right? Imagine the boys carrying a dulhin on a palki, and suddenly one of the boys jump. And then few steps again, the boy jumps again. Poor dulhin. Imagine what she's going to do. Rahugana, when Jada Bharata is jumping and jumping, hey, what's wrong with you, man? Put me down. Rahugana says, what's wrong with you? Maharaj, the way you love your life, these ants love their life also. Jada Bharat was jumping to save the little cheetah. The little ants. Little ants. The little ants. Imagine someone can have feeling for even ants. Ants. Bhakti Jano. Maya mohani rascha vaishnave kriyate katham. We want that sadhana. Krishna prapti karam shashvata sadhanam tadavadadhuna. Give us that means by which we can attain Shri Krishna. मैं सागर से मिलने चली, मेरा नाम तो नदियां है, आनंद को ढूंढती चली, मेरा नाम तो दुखियां है. मैं सागर से मिलने चली, मेरा नाम तो नदियां है. When the waters, I know Trinidad don't really have much rivers, right? But Guyana is known as a land of waters. So we have a few Guyanese here. So imagine when the waters of the Demerara reaches with the Atlantic Ocean, or when the water of the Berbice River merges with the Atlantic Ocean, they become one with each other. You cannot tell which is the water of the Berbice River. ठीक है? They have become one. मैं आनंद को ढूंढती चली. When you merge with him, you become one with him. We want to become one with Krishna. They say, Shreyasam yad bhavet shreyaham pavananam cha pavanam Krishna praptikaram shashvata sadhanam tadavadadhunam. Give us that means, O Suji. हमें वो ज्योत दे दीजिए. Give us that light which will take us to Krishna. So then, हमारे Suji Maharaj ji says, let me tell you what happened one time. I'll narrate to you something that took place. And it took place at a very interesting place. Ekadahi vishalayam chatvara rishayo malam Satsangartham samayata dadrishu statra naradam ekadahi vishalayam. In Badrinath, the great temple of Mahavishnu, when I finished my prayer to Lord Shri Krishna, Shri Badri Narayana Bhagwan ki jai, in the north, Uttar Disha mein, in the south, in the state of Kerala, Ananta Padmanabha Swami, in the east of India, in Puri, Jagannath Ji Maharaj, in Gujarat, Dwarkadhish Maharaj in the west, and in the heart of Bharat, Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ji. Where is he not? This is taking place in Badrinath. Narad Muni is met by his 4 brothers, the Sanat Kumaras. Narad Muni, kya hua Narad Muni? Why are you looking so sad? You seem lost. You seem like someone has stolen something from you. And that cannot be, because you don't own anything. Right? Naraji, you don't own anything. So therefore, there's no possible way someone could have taken something from you. You're always in Ananda, singing Narayana Nama. Kya hua Naraji? To Naraji ne kaha, Aham tu prithviyato gyatva sarvotamamiti pushkaram cha prayagam cha kashim godavari tatha harikshetram kurukshetram shrirangam setu bandhanam evamadhishu tirtheshu brahmamana etastaha. Narad says to his 4 brothers, I went on a trip. I went on a journey, on a pilgrimage. Where did you go, Narad? I went to Pushkar in Rajasthan. I went to Prayag in Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh. I went to the holy city of Bhole Baba. डमरू बजया अंग भस्मी रमैया और ध्यान लगाए किसका, न जाने वो डमरू वाला, न जाने वो डमरू वाला. डमरू बजया अंग भस्मी रमैया और ध्यान लगाए किसका, न जाने वो डमरू वाला, न जाने वो डमरू वाला. सब देवों में है वो देव है निराला. डमरू बजाए अंग भस्म रमाए और ध्यान लगाए किसका, न जाने वो डमरू वाला, न जाने वो डमरू वाला. I know the opposition in India, the Congress party, wants to paint the BJP, wants to paint Narendra Modi as a Hindu fanatic, right? They want to paint him as a Hindu fanatic. But I'm sorry, I am so thankful to Narendra Modi for cleaning up India. I am so thankful to Narendra Modi ji for cleaning up Kashi. If you have ever been to Kashi prior to 2 years ago, go and see it now. You no longer have to walk through dark, grungy, dirty, smelly lanes. You will be shocked. You will want to know, bhai, where does all this space come from? Where does all this space come from? Bhole Baba finally got back. Bholenath finally got back, my dear ones, Kashi. Go and see it. And we are anxiously waiting for the same in Vrindavan. I want Vrindavan to be a Van again. Vrindavan has changed. It's not Vrindavan, it's become Bandarban. Monkeys, 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 monkeys. There's no Tulsi. We will all sing in our presentation, Patte Patte Me Radha, Phool Phool Sham. But when you go to Vrindavan, you feel like taking a spray can or a spray bottle and go and wipe all the patte. Go and clean all the leaves. So much of dust. So much of dust. Because there's no greenery there anymore. There's no Van in Vrindavan anymore. Right? We're anxiously waiting for the Chief Minister of UP, my dear ones, Yogi Ji, to make that change in our holy dham known as Vrindavan. Hamare Narad Ji went to Kashi. Narad Ji went to Godavari. He went to the Godavari river. Narad Ji went to Haridwar, where Ganga Ji flows. Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yutsavaha. He goes to Kurukshetra. Narad Ji says, enough of North India. I want to go see South India also. He goes to Sri Rangam, the great temple of Mahavishnu. In Sri Rangam, he is known as Ranganatha Swami. Then he goes to Rameswaram, Bhagwan Bholenath's temple. Evamadhishu tirtheshu brahmamana itastata. So then the brothers are asking him, Aapne kya dekha? Are, you have just come back from London, so you're expecting to hear about London Bridge. You have just returned from Paris. You're expecting to hear about the Eiffel Tower. You have just come back from New York. You're expecting to hear about Statue of Liberty. What does Narad Ji say? Satyam nasti tapaha shaucham dayadanam na vidyate udharam bharino jiva varakaha kutabhashinam manda sumanda matayo manda bhagyahu pradutam pakhandita niratah santo viraktaha saparigraha satyam nasti tapaha shaucham. Narad Ji says, no one is speaking the truth. People were lying. They're just filled with lies. आजकल के ज़माने में बुरा मत मानो. In our world today, sometimes we penalize those who speak the truth and you praise those who speak lies. जो सच बोलते हैं ना, उसको दंड देते हैं. Those who speak the truth, you punish them, you curse them, you belittle them. Trust me, I know. ठीक है, I know. But those who speak lies, oh, continue to spread it. ये कलयुग की प्रभाव है ना. We want to blame Kalyug. Don't blame Kalyug. Blame yourself. That you prefer to hear lies than truth. Than truth. What Narad Ji is saying? Nastik. अरे भाई भगवान नहीं है. There is no such thing as God. God does not exist. People are becoming disbelievers. Tapaha. Where is self-control and sense-control? You come to the mandir and you sit so nicely. People go to church and they sit so nicely. They go to the masjid and they kneel so nicely. But then, change the location. And you see a completely different side of those same people. They have lost control of themselves. They have lost control. There's no discipline in them anymore. Where is daya? Where is compassion? Man is concentrating on he, himself, and I. Or rather, me, myself, and I. Everything is about me, myself, and I. We stop caring about others. Who's giving charity? Today, we're not giving charity with an expectation of no return. We want a return when we give charity. Isn't that true? We want a return. We have forgotten karma nyevadikaraste
ma phalesu. He gives that phal, bhai. Don't doubt him. You will reap the fruit. You will reap the fruit for all the good things that you do. Naraji goes on further. Manda sumanda matayo aha. People have become extremely dull-witted. Those who pose as saints, they're engaged in preaching false doctrines. आजकल के ज़माने में मैंने कहा था पंडित जी, people don't want to listen to Ramcharitra Manas anymore. It's too boring. अरे भाई सब, we all know Ram Katha. Nobody wants to listen to Bhagwat Gita. Nobody wants to listen to the Bhagavad. They want new texts. They want new books. And sometimes when I hear on speakers, I'm wondering, where did ye kitab kahan se mila bhai? Where did they get this book from? Today we have moved from Vedas and Upanishads and Gita and Mahabharata and the Puranas. We have gone to Upapurana. Purana is not good enough. We've gone to Upapurana. You know what's Upapurana? One level lower than the Puranas. Because the Puranas are too boring. Ramcharitra Manas is too boring. So we're looking for a new book. And then you go and find one on eBay. You go and find one on Amazon. Then the Acharya comes and sets up his laptop. Right? Bhagavad is no longer there, the laptop is there. Please, I'm not against technology. But we must follow our parampara. We do Pothi Puja, bhai. We don't do laptop puja. We do Pothi Puja. If that was the case, then the young man would have brought in my laptop, or rather my phone. We can put the katha on the phone also, na? And you can bring the phone on top of your head. This is what we want. And when I speak about this, oh, people get mad at me. Aajkal ke zamane mein people not, Sean, they're not thinking about what I'm saying. They're thinking, who is he talking about? I wonder who is he talking about? Are bhai, if you're the judge man, then the speaker must bring a Bhagavad for you. They must bring a Ramcharitra Manas for you. Our text, our sacred text. So today, we want new text. We want new gurus. Adi Shankaracharya and what he has established is not good enough. Madhavacharya is not good enough. Nimbarkacharya is not good enough. So we're looking for new gurus. And here comes the best part. We want new gods. हमको नए भगवान चाहिए, नए भगवान के स्वरूप चाहिए. Bhagwan is not even taking the avatar, but in the shops, they're selling some form of God. Baap re baap. I'm not lying. I speak the truth to you. I found a shop in Richmond Hill. They were selling a murti of Jangli Mata. So I said, who is Jangli Mata? Oh, the goddess of the forest. I said, where's she come from? I said, where is her name in Lalita Sahasranama? Where is she mentioned in the Devi Bhagvat? Where is she mentioned in the Durga Saptashati? And I have a picture of the murti. I can show it to you. Today we want new gods because Durga Mata is, is not enough for us to pray to. Shivji is not enough for us to pray to. Narad Muni, when he saw all of this, he became so frustrated. Naradji tells his brother, I became so frustrated, and then I ended up at this very special place. Evam pashyana kale doshan paryatanna vinimaham yamunam tattamapanno yatra leela harer bhuta yamunam tattamapanno. शाम तेरी बंसी बजे धीरे धीरे.
शाम तेरी बंसी बजे धीरे धीरे.
कन्हैया तेरी बंसी बजे धीरे धीरे. कन्हैया
तेरी बंसी बजे धीरे धीरे.
बजे धीरे धीरे जमुना के तीरे. भजे धीरे धीरे जमुना के तीरे. गोविंद तेरी माधव तेरी सावरिया तेरी बंसी
bansi baje dheere dheere. Naraji became so frustrated, he says, I ended up on the bank of the Yamuna river. Jaha Bhagwan Ji ne, it is where Sri Krishna displayed so many leelas. Or fir maine, I saw something else. I saw a young lady in tears, crying, patting the head of two old men. Kasi tvam ka vimochema, naryaha ka padmalochana, vada devi savistaram, swasya dukhasya karanam, aham bhakti riti khyata, imau me tanayo mato, jnana vairagya namano, kala yoge na jar jaro. Very interesting. Naraji sees a young 25-year-old girl in tears. He approaches her. Kaun hai tu? What's your name? Why are you crying? Swasya dukhasya karanam. She introduces herself. My name is Bhakti. Aham bhakti riti khyata. Theek hai. Aur ye dono kaun hai? Who are these two? And they are 70 years old, 80 years old. They're my two sons. Mere do bete hai. Gyan and Vairagya. Naraji is shocked. How can the mother be 25 and the two children be 80? Something is not right. How come your two sons are so old and you are so young? And she tells Naraji that Utpanna dravide saham vridhim karnatake gatam Kvachit kvahichin maharashtre gurjare jirnatam gata utpanne dravide saham. You know, South India is a very special place. When you go to Dakshin Bharat, it's like going to a different country. It's like going to a different India. Uttar Bharat, dal chawal. In North India, you'll have dal and rice. In South India, sambar bhat. Right? It's a different dal. The cuisine is different. The food is different. The language is different. The music is different. The temples are very unique and very special. Very special. Especially in the state of Tamil Nadu. Right? But somebody came along and taught us, especially in Guyana, that we look down upon Madrasi people. Right? We used to say we are Sanatani, and everybody else, people from South India and Guyana, we used to call them Madrasi people. Madrasi. We didn't have much knowledge about them. Right? But there's so much to admire about the people of Dakshin Bharat. There's so much to admire. That is where Adi Shankaracharya came from. That is where the great Ramanujacharya came from. And from south, they traveled all the way to north. Adi Shankaracharya, he gave up his body in a beautiful place called Kedarnath. Adi Shankaracharya relinquished his mortal coils in Kedarnath in the north. She says, I took birth in the south and then matured as we were traveling upward, going northward, and then eventually decayed. Bhakti, Gyan and Vairagya decayed. What does that mean? There was a loss of devotion. There was a loss of wanting to acquire knowledge and wanting enlightenment. And people no longer giving up, they want. Angam galitam palitam mundam dashna vihinam jatam tundam vriddho yati grihitva dandam tadapi namunchat pashapindam bhajagovindam govindam bhajamudhamate samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshati dukring karane. Another thing I've noticed, I've always been supportive of young politicians. I'm being honest with you. Because I do believe the young have more energy, right, to put, and more effort to put into their mission. But many times, हमारे President Saab for United States of America is 80 plus. Doesn't he know, Saab ji, that is the age for retirement?
Don't you know that is an age to take rest? Don't you know that is an age for sannyasa? But he wants to run a country. Everything is going ulta. Kali Yuga, everything is going ulta. Young people are retiring, old people wants to work. Young people don't care to acquire anything. Aajkal ke naujawan, they don't care. Old people, they don't want to let go. They don't want to let go. They lose their hair, angam, galitam, palitam, mundam. They lose their teeth. They hold a stick to walk. Adi Shankaracharya says, even then they don't want to let go. Even then they don't want to let go. So Vairagya became decrepit. Bhakti, Jnana and Vairagya. She says, as we are ascending from southern India to northern India, we became weak. And then, Naradji, I went to a very special place. Vrindavanam punaha prapyam navine vaswarupini jataham yuvati samyaka prishtarupa tu sampratam dhani vrindavan dham hai dhani vrindavan naam dhani vrindavan rasik je sumirat radhesham. She says, eventually my feet touched Vrindavan. And when my feet touched the holy land of Vrindavan, I was rejuvenated. You have gone to Vrindavan. You're traveling from New Delhi to go on the Yamuna Expressway. Nice drive. Tell your driver to take his time. 2.5 hours from New Delhi. On the left side, you're going to exit, says Vrindavan. You start getting excited, yogi. John, the excitement comes. I'm going to Vrindavan. I'm going to Vrindavan. Because why? You've known me for 20 years. And you have known me always sing to you. Let's go to Vrindavan. Vrindavan जाने को जी चाहता है श्री राधे राधे श्री राधे राधे श्री राधे राधे गाने को जी चाहता है वृंदावन जाने को जी चाहता है राधे राधे श्री राधे राधे श्री राधे राधे गाने को जी चाहता है वृंदावन में बाक बिहारी वृंदावन में बाक बिहारी बाके बिहारी मेरे कृष्ण मुरारी नैना लराने को जी चाहता है नैना लराने को जी चाहता है वृंदावन जाने को जी चाहता है Ever since I started Katha, my Katha has always been Vrindavan, Vrindavan, Vrindavan. So now the time has come to go to Vrindavan. You see the sign Vrindavan, you start getting excited. The car is taking you into Vrindavan, the excitement grows even more. You can't wait to take off your slippers and touch the holy soil of Vrindavan and then go to the many temples of Bhagwan Shri Krishna and immerse in the Leela of Shri Krishna. Vrindavan is bhakti itself. A place where one goes to revive their devotion. To rejuvenate their devotion, you go to Vrindavan. She says, Naraji, I went to Vrindavan, and the moment I stepped in Vrindavan, I became young again. When Damodarji have just mentioned to you, I've entered into the 50s club. Anybody else in the 50s club? Nobody else? Oh, just 3 of us, Panditji, are in the 50s club. But let me tell you, I feel like 25. Because Vrindavan makes you feel young again. But what happened to your two sons? Unfortunately, Naraji, they were not rejuvenated. There's no shortage of bhakti, you know. Do you know how intense some people practice devotion? Pandit ji, Navratri hai. Main namak, I will not eat salt for 9 days. I will not eat any chawal, no rice for 9 days. I will not eat any food that is cooked for 9 days. After the 9 days, instead of, my dear ones, reaping the fruit of all of that sacrifice, that tyag, they're gossiping people's name. Well, I maintained Navratri and you did not. Huh? You see, we're doing things many times to impress others. It shouldn't be. Bhagwan has never said for us to starve ourselves. Bhagwan has never said to inflict pain on this body. People pierce the body. People beat the body. What and what do they not do to this physical? And if this is your car, you like anybody take a hammer and pounce it on your vehicle? Would you like anyone to take a jackhammer, my dear ones, or a sledgehammer and hit your car? Why are you hitting this body? This body is carrying the soul. This is the vehicle to take you to Him. Why are you hurting it? Some people go to that extent in what they say, practicing devotion. But do you know what it is to practice devotion? Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitreha karuna evacham nirmamo nirahankar samadukha sukha kshami. Wo bhakti hai bhai. Not refraining from salt, not sleeping on the ground. That's not a practice of devotion. Chapter 12 of the Bhagavad Gita. Don't hate anybody. Make friends with everybody. Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitreha. Be compassionate to everyone. That is bhakti. That is a practice of bhakti. So, bhakti is young. But jnana and vairagya, the two of them, they remain old. Because nobody cares for knowledge. Today, everything, if it can be digitalized, today, even through COVID, unfortunately, it had to be done. Prayers had to be done using technology. To perform people's last rites, the Pandits had to be chanting mantras live on WhatsApp or on a live call, right? Because we could not be there. But when it's not that, you don't think you should put all your bhav and bhakti in your prayers? Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhya jimam namaskuru mame vaishasi satyam te prati jani priyosmi me. Bhagwan says, where is your bhav? Where are your expressions? Where is your devotion in what you are doing? Let us not do things, my dear ones, mechanically. Let's put all of our feelings into doing what we're doing. Especially when it comes to prayers. Gyan has become old. Vairagya, today everybody's holding on. Nobody wants to let go. My two sons, O Naraji, please help them. She says, how fortunate I am to have met you, O Narad. How fortunate I am to have met you. Jayati jagati maya yasya kaya dhavaste vachanara chanamekam kevalam chakalayam dhruva padamapi yato yatakrupato dhruvoyam sakala kushala patram brahmaputram natasmi. Naraji, you don't know how fortunate I feel that you have come in my company. Are you thankful for the people that you have in your life? Are you thankful for your life partner, the children that you have, the siblings that you have, the friends that you have, the guru that you have, the spiritual advisors that you have? Are you thankful for the people that you have met in life? Mother Bhakti says, Naraji, I feel so fortunate to have met you because I know you will not refuse me. आपने 2 बच्चों की सहायता की. You helped 2 little boys. Jayati Jagati Maya Yasya Kaya Dhavaste. You helped Kayadu's son. Who was Kayadu's son? Kayadu's infamous husband was Hiranyakashipu, but Kayadu's famous son is Prahlad. Naraji, you helped that child Prahlad. And then Dhruva Padamapi Yato Yato Krupato Dhruvoyam. And then that little child called Dhruva. That little child Dhruva. Is it not you who gave him the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya and brought God to him? Naraji, please help to revive my 2 sons. Naraji is telling this to his brothers. Naraji says, मैंने भक्ति मैया से क्या कहा? वृथा खेदयसे बाले अहो चिंता तुरा कथम श्री कृष्ण चरणाम भोजम स्मर दुखम गमिष्यतीम द्रौपदी च परित्राता येन कौरव कश्मलात् पालिता गोप सौंदर्यः स कृष्ण क्वापि नो गताम. वृथा खेदयसे वाले अहो चिंता तुरा कथम. When we come to the temple, we don't bow down to Ganesh ji head. I think young people have a way of greeting each other by butting your heads, no? Right? Young people, they have a way of greeting each other like bulls. They butt each other's head. Kya bhai? I heard one young man call his father a dog. So I was taken back a little bit. So I asked him, Umesh said, was it a D-O-G, he said, or D-A-W-G? I said, what's the difference? Kutta hi kutta hai. Huh? You're going to call your father a dog? Whether it's D-O-G or D-A-W-G. You see what is becoming, what we're accepting now? Nathan will call Umesh, yo dog, what's up? And that's what young people are engaging in. And to us, we think it's okay. I'm sorry, I don't think that is okay. I don't think that is okay. When we come to the temple, we don't put our head to the murti. We don't bow down to his head. We don't bow down to his hands. Shri Krishna Charanam Bhoja. We bow down to the feet of the Lord. Hamare Narad ji tells Mother Bhakti, Devi, Vritha Khedayase Bale, Aho Chinta Tura Kathamma Chintapurni is consecrated here in the temple. We go to Chintapurni, don't we? That's the first stop, na Panditji? Chintapurni. From Hoshiarpur to Chintapurni first. Chintapurni hai na pehle. We go to Chintapurni, Jwala Devi. Chintapurni, Jwala Devi, Kangra Devi, Chamunda Devi, Naina Devi. Right? It can all be done in one day. Go to Chandigarh, and in one day you start at 5 o'clock in the morning, and you can have darshan in all these temples. Okay? Beautiful temple of Ma Durga. Ye Bhagavati Chintapurni hai. Aho Chinta Tura Katham Shri Krishna Charanam Bhoja. Akshay Tritiya comes in our calendar. What is so special about Akshay Tritiya for the people of Vrindavan? That is the only day they get to see Bihari Ji's feet. That is the only day they get to see Lord Shri Krishna's feet, Shri Banke Bihari Ji's feet. Who is at his feet? Tere Charan mere Mathura Kashi Banwari ब्रज के वासे तेरे चरण मेरे मथुरा काशी बनवारी ब्रज के वासी आखी या दर्शन की मतवारी मनमोहन
मन के वासी तेरे चरण मेरे। भगवान श्री विष्णु के चरण में लक्ष्मी जी है, और we want Lakshmi in so many ways. We want Dhana Lakshmi, we want wealth. We want Dhanya Lakshmi, we want grains. We want Santana Lakshmi, we want children. We want Vidya Lakshmi, we want knowledge. We want Aishwarya, Aishwarya Lakshmi. We want Vijay, Vijay Lakshmi. Lakshmi in all of her forms reside at the feet of the Lord. We bow at his feet. The only temple, Pandit Damodarji, that allows you to put your head on his chest is Panduranga. When you go to Pandharpur in Maharashtra, the priest will allow you to put your head, to rest your head on Krishna's chhati, on his chest. Okay? Narad Muni says, take your mind at the feet of Shri Krishna. Don't you remember how he saved Draupadi? Agre kurunam athapandavanam dushasanena hritavastra kesha Krishna tadakrosha hadanyanatha Govinda damodar madhaveti. Don't you remember Bhakti Maya, how he saved Draupadi? Don't you remember Palita gopa saundaryaha sa Krishna kwapino gata? Don't you remember when the gopis became proud and he disappeared, how he came back looking like the Cupid of Cupid, Sakshat Manmatha Manmatha, Vritha Khedaya se bale, Aho Chinta Tura Katham, Shri Krishna Charanam Bhojam. What can we not find at the feet of Bhagwan Shri Krishna? What can we not find? Kevat says, you're this close to me, and I will not get to wash those feet. So Kevat came up with an excuse. Prabhu, if you touch my boat, it will become a lady. And if my boat becomes a lady, I lose my livelihood. I won't be able to feed my family. Please let me wash the magic off of your feet. Why? Kevat wants to touch the Lord's feet. Ramji is this close to him. I must touch his feet. Mother Bhakti is asking Narad Muni, please help my two sons, Gyan and Vairagya. Naradji makes a promise to her, I will find a solution. It was on this quest for this remedy to revive Gyan and Vairagya that he met his four brothers, the Sanat Kumaras. What the Sanat Kumaras are going to tell Naradji, what is going to be the remedy, you will find out tomorrow night. Okay? We will continue from where we left off tonight. Satchidananda Rupaya, we bow down to that Bhagwan who is the embodiment of truth, pure consciousness and bliss, the creator of this world, the sustainer of this world, the one who ultimately destroys this world. We call him Krishna. The great meeting between Shaunak Adi Rishi and Suji takes place. We hear of Naradji's frustration. When the mind gets frustrated, please come to the Lord. When the mind gets disturbed, please come to Bhagavan. When the mind is in need of support to reach back its state of balance, come to Bhagavan. Shri Krishna Charanam Bhojam Smara Dukham Gamishyati. Smara Dukham Gamishyati. 2 minutes, please. To take your mind to the feet of Bhagwanji. Naradji now is in search of this remedy. He meets his four brothers in Badrinath, and they will give him this solution. Tomorrow we'll finish this part of the Bhagavad Mahatyam, a little bit on Atmadev and Dhunduli, and then we enter into the actual Bhagavad itself. What an honor and a joy to be presenting Bhagavatam here before Mahadevi and a beautiful temple that is called Shri Vrindavan Dham. I'm indeed thankful that the Lord could have made this possible, and Panditji kept the invitation open
for me to be here with you. I hope you'll come and participate in Bhagwat. Please, I know in Trinidad and Guyana, in my childhood days, no one went to temple empty-handed. People always took flowers, they always took fruits, or ghar se banaye hue mithai. We made sweets from the home itself. We were not accustomed to purchasing it in the shops. During this week, you want to make a garland for the Lord, you want to make an offering to Bhagwan, please do so. Please be a part of our Bhagwat Katha. And we go to Vrindavan, where our spirit, our will gets rejuvenated. It gets rejuvenated. May the grace of Bhagwan Shri Krishna be with each and every one of you. We must do Narayana Nam 3 times, and then we will have Aarti. Narayan, 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 Narayana, Hari Narayan, Narayan, Narayana, Narayan, 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 Narayana, Shrimad Narayan, Narayan, Narayana, Narayan, 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 Narayana, Krishna Narayana, 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 Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanudharaham, Tatra Shir Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama. We meet again tomorrow evening for our second session of our Bhagwat Katha. Jai Shri Krishna to all of you. Jai Shri Krishna.
Namaste. Thank you, Panditji, for this first session. I want to thank Keaton, Kavita, Nathan for sponsoring this first night. Keaton, I can't believe you're 16, man. 16 years old. Wow. So when do you go for your G1? Next week. All right. I remember when I turned 16 just 2 years ago that you really have to push to get the G1. So my brother is a year older than me and he didn't push. It was when I went for my G1 that he decided to go. So Keaton, happy birthday. I'm glad to see that you sponsored for your birthday, and I hope it's not the last time. Panditji gave me this list, and he lost his voice, which is the first time in the 30-some years that he's been in this country that he lost his voice. We are looking for a sponsor for tomorrow night. This list is filled except for Tuesday, May the 30th. So if you're willing to sponsor, I believe the Mandir will help with all the food preparation and everything else. Just come and perform the puja. If you can sponsor, do I see any hands? If you can sponsor, please come and see me or Panditji afterwards. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow night.
Shall we all stand for Aarti, please?
बोले बाल कृष्ण लाल की ओम आरार्ते पार्थे गुंग्रजाः विदुर्प्राय धामभिः दिवाः सदा गुंसि बृहति वितिष्ठस अत वेगं वर्तते तमः ॐ चक्षुदं सर्वलोकानां तिमृस्य निवारणम् आरार्तेक्यं कल्पितं भक्ता गृहाण परमेश्वर कदली गर्भसम्भूतं कर्पूरं तु परदीपितम् आरार्तिक्यं कुर्मे पश्यामि वरदो भव पश्यामि वरदो भव जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी तुमको निस दिन ध्यावत मैया जी को निस दिन सेवत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी माघ सिंदूर विराजत की को मृदमद को मैया टी को मृदमद को उज्ज्वल से दूने ना निर्मल से दूने ना चंद्रवदन दीपो ओम जय अम्बे गौरी कनक समान कलेवर रक्तांबर राजे मैया रक्तांबर राजे रक्त पुष्प गलमाला
रक्त पुष्प गलमाला
कंठन पर साजे
ओम जय अम्बे गौरी
हरि वाहन राजत खड़ग खपर धारी
मैया खड़ग खपर धारी
सुर नर मुनि जन सेवत
सुर नर मुनि जन सेवत
के दुख हारी
ओम जय अम्बे गौरी
कानन कुंडल शोभित नासाग्रे मोती नासाग्रे
मोती
मैया नासाग्रे मोती कोटिक चंद्र दिवाकर कोटि कोटि चंद्र दिवाकर समराजत ज्योति
ओम जय अम्बे गौरी
शुंभ निशुंभ विडारे महिषासुर घाती
मैया महिषासुर घाती
धूम्र विलोचन नैना धूम्र विलोचन नैना
निश दिन मधमाती ओम जय अम्बे गौरी
64 योगिनी गावत नृत्य करत भैरो नाच करत भैरो मैया नाच करत भैरो बाजत ताल मृदंगा बाजे बाजे ढोल मृदंगा
और बाजत डमरू ओम जय अम्बे गौरी
भुजास्तयति शोभित वर मुद्राधारी
मैया वर मुद्राधारी
मनवांछित फल पावत
मनवांछित फल पावत
सेवत नर नारी
ओम जय अम्बे गौरी
कंचन थाल विराजत अगर कपूर वाती अगर कपूर वाती मैया अगर कपूर वाती माल के तुम्हें विराजत श्रीमाल के तुम्हें राजत कोटि रतन ज्योति।
ओम जय अम्बे गौरी।
श्री अम्बे जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे, मैया जो कोई नित गावे। कहत श्रद्धानंद स्वामी रटत हरे हर स्वामी, मनवा चित फल पावे। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी। जय अम्बे गौरी जय श्यामा गौरी। मैया जय आनंद करनी, मैया जय मंगल मूर्ति। तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत, मैया जी को निश दिन सेवत। हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी। मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। मैया जय अम्बे गौरी। त्वमेव माताश्च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव। त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं। सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जगदम्बिके। यत् पूजितं मया देवी परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे। परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे। पार बार वर मांगहूँ, हर्षि देहु श्रीरंग। पद सरोज अनुपायनी, भगति सदा सतसंग। भगति सदा सतसंग। बोले सियापति रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। बोले उमापति महादेव की जय। बोले गणपति भगवान की जय। बोले लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय। बोले राधावर श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। बोले सूर्य नारायण भगवान की जय। बोली जगदम्बे मात की जय। है मेरी माई सचिया जोता वाली माता जी तेरी सदा ही जय। बोले भाई सब संतन की जय, सब भक्तन की जय। बोले अपने अपने सदगुरु जी महाराज की जय। बोले सच्चे दरबार की जय। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिना, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ द्यौः शान्ति अन्तरिक्षगुं शान्तिः, पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः, शान्तिर्वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः, शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः, सर्वगुं शान्तिः, शान्तिरेव शान्तिः, श्यामा शान्तिरेः सुशान्तिर्भवतु। ॐ शान्तिः, ॐ शान्तिः, ॐ शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। सभी अपने अपने स्थान पे झुक के प्रणाम कर लें। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोले वृंदावन धाम की जय। नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव हर हर महादेव हर हर महादेव शंभो। जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे श्याम। आप सभी का आज के सत्संग में सम्मिलित होने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और गुरु जी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। हमें श्रीमद् भागवत कथा के प्रथम दिवस में जो रसपान हमें करवाया, तो पुनः हमारे गुरु जी के श्री चरणों में हमारा कोटि कोटि वंदन, धन्यवाद। जय श्री राधे जय श्रीमन नारायण। राधे राधे।